Look, I'm gonna tell you something that a lot of midwits, a lot of people who are very low IQ will misinterpret, and they'll hate this. And this is probably why their life is in the complete shithole right now, is you need a healthy level of narcissism as a man. You need narcissism. You cannot completely remove narcissism out of your life. Now, there's a difference between elite level narcissism and narcissistic personality disorder, right? Narcissistic personality disorder is bad, right? Because now you're going beyond just like being engulfed in yourself and actually developing yourself and doing what it is that you want. And now you're inflicting damage on other people as a narcissist, right? You're intentionally draining everybody's energy because you're not safe within yourself. Now, what I'm telling you is you need elite level narcissism. This is what makes you attractive to women. This is what makes you more wealthy. This is what makes you more free. This is what makes you more embodied as a man, is to have elite level narcissism, which means you don't give a fuck what anybody thinks about you because you love yourself so fucking much. You could be stuck in an elevator. You could literally be in the dark with yourself for days in and days out, and you would be entertained. You would love who you were. You would be entertained by yourself. You are okay with just being alone. And there's a lot of men who are not okay with just being alone. They're not okay with themselves. They try to find the validation from other people, right? This is narcissistic personality disorder. If you're trying to consistently get validation from other people. Elite level narcissism is that you've already found validation in yourself so much that you feel like you're the shit regardless. You put yourself first regardless. You get on a first date. You don't give a fuck whether the woman likes you or not. I'm telling you, this is a big mindset shift, fellas. You don't care if the woman likes you or not. She's here being intoxicated by your presence. You are blessing her with your existence. This is what makes you attractive to other people, because you have to realize a lot of the population, they are looking for someone else to show them how it feels to be free in life, how it feels to love themselves in life, because they never love themselves. A lot of women are looking for men who have elite narcissism. You ever wonder why women are attracted to men who have elite level narcissism? You're like, but he's narcissistic. What? Because narcissism is something that's being thrown around left and right as almost an insult. That's just not an insult. That just means you have self-worth. That means you know who you are. That means you get what it is that you want. That means that you abide by your own code in life. You live your own code in life. You have your own life story. You're not living the life story of other people to make other people feel good, to get validation from other people. You're not trying to gain the status in life. You're outside of that. What do they call it? They call that shit Sigma males? Is that what they call it? Sigma males are the ultimate fucking narcissists. Elite level. They don't care about any of the rules in society. They live by their own rules. Again, rules are meant to be broken. Laws are meant to be followed. Right? Real hard laws. Of course, because you don't want to go to prison. You don't want to do any of that shit. But elite level narcissists don't follow the fucking rules. They don't. They have their own rules that they've created, that they follow, even if it isolates you. And then you think, great, I'm isolated. I'm by myself, right? I'm by myself. And what's ironic about that is the more that you're comfortable with being by yourself, the more that you're comfortable with your own skin, with your own presence, the more that other people will want you even more, the more that women will be attracted to you even more. Obviously, you have to be in shape. Obviously, you have to do all this shit. Of course, get your baseline. That's baseline. That's elementary school shit, right? But once you get past that point, there's a certain level of I don't give a fuck energy that you need to have. There's a certain level of I'm going to get what it is that I want, regardless of how other people feel about me getting that thing it is that I truly, truly want. That's elite level narcissism. The part where you can let a woman go if she's not following your code, your rules of life, because you're the leader. Women love that shit. A woman who doesn't like that about you is not attracted to you to begin with, which is fine. There are millions of other women out there that will live by your code, by your laws, that will love you because you love your fucking self. You have to literally, don't fall in love with a woman. Fall in love with yourself. Have a romantic story about yourself and how you're penetrating life. And a woman you will always have women who are knocking on your door. You will always have women who adore you. You will always have men who respect you because you're living life by your own code. You're living life by your own reality. You're not tolerating bullshit. You're not trying to make people feel good at the expense of making yourself feel like shit. That's the important part. That's what you need as a man. You have to have this healthy elite level narcissism. I say elite because it's not just Neanderthal narcissism like you see a lot of social media influencers have, where it's like you're genuinely just desiring other people to respect you because you secretly don't respect yourself. It's not cockiness, it's confidence. That's what elite level narcissism is. You have so much confidence in yourself. You have so much confidence in your abilities. You have so much confidence in who you are in every single space that you step into, every date that you go on. You're the first person in your own story. You're the main fucking character of life. And now, again, the midwits, right? The midwits. This is what the midwits are going to, Martell, well, it's not about that. It's not about you. You're a tiny speck on the planet. Why would you say that? That's wrong. And that's why you're where you're at. That's why you're in the comment sections, debating and not being the main character of your own fucking life. You're now a side character. You're an NPC in my life, which is great. And I say this not to antagonize the people who are watching and taking this in and implementing it for themselves, because you have to have this level of elite level narcissism in yourself. I'm saying this to the people who they've literally numbed themselves down. They've gotten to the point where they care so much about being politically fucking correct in this world. They care so much about what women think, and they care so much about how women react to them, that they're willing to change their entire frame of mind. They're willing to change their entire life code to fit the code of a fucking woman who only, by the way, will love you if you love yourself enough to live by your own code and be the main character of your story. Women want to join worlds, brother. Women want to join worlds. Men want to get in touch with other men who are building worlds. You want to have powerful men in your circle? Build a world. Make your world about you. Make your world about building your own value so that you have so much fucking value. You have so much self-worth that you literally can freely give that shit to people. You can freely give value to people because you're overflowing with value. You've built so much value in yourself. Too many guys, man, like these nice guys, they go out, they have no value in themselves. They have an empty cup, and now they're trying to go save somebody else's life. How the fuck are you going to save somebody else's life if you can't even save yours? That means that you have no self-worth. That means that you try to find some meaning in your life by trying to basically just sabotage yourself to make somebody else feel good. That's the difference. And that's what you need. You need that in your life. You feel incongruent in your life because you're not living your own life. You're living the life that somebody else authored for you for their gain. Everybody else is a fucking narcissist and you're not. And you're wondering why life is so dull, why life isn't giving you what it is that you want, why you don't feel comfortable in your own skin. Because you have no self-worth. You don't even believe that you're worth the life that you truly want, regardless of the fucking money. There are a lot of men with money who genuinely have zero self-worth. So they trick it all away to a woman. They lead with money because they don't even fucking love themselves. They just love the fact that they were able to get some money. That's what it is. And this is social narcissism at the end of the day. Financial narcissism is different, right? They've applied the social part to the financial part because in business, you have to care about yourself to the point where you build so much value in yourself that you can sell that value to other people shamelessly. That you don't care if somebody rejects you in a business deal because you know there are millions of others out there. Why can't you translate that shit to women? Why can't you translate that to your actual life? It's the same mechanism. It's the same mechanism. Why can't you be intoxicated with yourself so much that you want to build a life that is grand. You have this illusion, a delusion of grandeur in your life. That's elite level narcissism. You only want the best. You don't settle for anything less. You don't care what other people think. You're gonna irritate people when you become like this. When everything becomes about, I need to make sure that I'm living the life that I want to live. I want to get what it is that I want to get in life. You're going to irritate a fuck ton of people because people are not used to that. People are used to living life by somebody else's rules, by somebody else's ideals, by somebody else's paradigm, their perception of life. They've adopted a different perception of life rather than theirs. But the elite level narcissist comes in and he's like, this is how I look at life. This is what I want. This is how I want to go get it. And I'm going to go get it. I don't care. I'll give you an example. When I used to be dating, when I used to be in the field, I guess, right? When I used to be out in the streets, like single and shit, I would genuinely be so in love with myself, which was so powerful, that I would genuinely meet a woman and I would give her my number. You know how a lot of men nowadays, they give women, or they try to get other women's numbers and shit like that. No, I would give them my number. I would give them my Instagram. And I would say, hit me up. This is where I'm going if you want to come here. Whenever I would want to go somewhere, I would go where I wanted to go. And I would invite them to join my world. And it's funny how well that shit works. Because here's the reality. As an elite level narcissist, you have to get to a point where if the person does not want to do what it is that you want to do, and they want to impose their own wants on you, then they're not for you. That woman is not for you. A woman that's truly into you is going to want to go everywhere that you want to go to. And you have to have a filtering system because you have to get what it is that you want. You have to set your own boundaries, what it is that you will tolerate, what it is that you won't tolerate. I used to do this shit all the time. They'd be so surprised. They'd be like, wow, you gave me your number. Like, usually guys ask me for my number. And I'm like, yeah, I don't necessarily care to need your number like that. Like, I would love to hang out with you. That's cool. I think your energy would be good for me, right? Because women have all this energy they want to give to somebody who's willing to penetrate the energy field that they have and use their energy and transmute their energy. That's how you have to be as a man. Does this woman carry the energy that I want to install in my life to make my life better? You're not here. And then I started falling short before that because I would always try to be the savior. I would try to make another woman's life better. Irregardless of my life, and if my life was good in the process, I would sacrifice that shit for somebody else. And it's like, no, I'm gonna go do this. And that's how I would ask dates, or that's how I would invite women, invite women to join me on dates. They weren't dates for me. This was my day-to-day life. I like going to this cafe. Cool, I'm going to this cafe tomorrow morning. I'd love for you to join me. And they either say yes or no. If they say no, good. I'm still going to go to the cafe by myself and enjoy my own time alone. Even better. You just saved me a fucking headache. You just saved me a headache. But that's what I realized. You become more attractive. And how would let's say I got in a relationship with these women. The way that I would fucking lose that level of elite narcissism and lose that magnetism is by now submitting to what the woman wants and trying to make the woman happy all of the fucking time. You know what they say? Happy wife, happy life and shit like that. You know what I do? Because there are men who say this shit that I'll interact with, right? A lot of men will oh yeah, you know, bro, happy wife, happy life. And I'll jokingly laugh and agree, and I'll surface level agree, right? But internally, I'm like, that's bullshit. Because happy wife, happy life means that I'm giving up my own fucking destiny and my own world for the happiness of this woman. And by me doing that, I now self-sabotage myself, and she ends up not liking me anymore, not loving me anymore, because I stopped loving myself. So the happy wife, happy life bullshit is garbage. It is. A lot of men lose their edge because that's the fucking paradigm that they live in. No, my paradigm is Happy man is God's plan. Even if you believe in God or not, I don't give a fuck. But you get the point, right? Because when you're a man and you're living life to its fullest and you're on your edge and you're getting everything that you want, a woman will literally desire you so much fucking more. And women will shit test you and try to say, oh, you're so intoxicated by yourself. Like you care about yourself too much. That's a shit test to see if you're like, oh no, you're right. You're right. You're right, Sharon. Yo. Crazy, right? But I learned this shit and it helped me, benefited me to the fullest, to the point where now I just live and if I feel down or if I feel like I'm kind of incongruent, which to be honest, I've felt lately because I haven't been living the life that I wanted to live. I've been going back to the programming of the life that was created for me by my parents, by the people around me, trying to make everybody feel comfortable. I'm trying not to do this. I'm trying not to do that. I snapped out of this shit and I got back to my vibrant self. And I realized that shit. There's a lot of men who are suffering with that shit right now. And a lot of men, they cower into isolation, not because they love themselves, but because they're afraid to stand up and do what it is that they want around other people. That's the biggest test, fellas, by the way. If you want to test your level of elite level narcissism, you have to go in public and do what it is that you want to do. Go and say what it is that you want to say. Obviously not to hurt other people. That's the difference. When you see, I always say this, right? We have dark traits as men. We have these dark triad traits. There's three. There's narcissism, there's Machiavellianism, and there is psychopathy, right? And I've had a video about this before. If you want to watch it, literally go on my videos and just type in dark side, search in my videos. You'll find the video about integrating those things. But part of that has to do with you have the narcissism part of that triad, right? You have to implement that into yourself to make yourself better, not to inflict damage on other people, because now that becomes narcissistic personality disorder. You integrate Machiavellianism into your psyche, into who you are, because you already have that shit. The more you suppress it, the more it's even going to get pushed out and harm people anyway. You have to integrate that shit into yourself to make the world better, to make your business better, right? You have to integrate psychopathy, not to hurt people, but to make your life better, to be more emotionally balanced, to make sure that you can handle your emotions, to make sure you're not too high up and too low. You're even keeled, right? That's what it is. That is elite level narcissism. You hear the pings on my phone. I've developed myself so much to where now people want to be in my space. People want my energy. People need to want your energy. And the only way you get people to want your energy is by loving your fucking self to a super high level. It will feel uncomfortable to the guy who's not doing that. This video will rub the nice guys and the guys who literally are getting fucked by life every single day. Not even financially, by the way, but just in general. The guys who are getting fucked over by life are going to hate this video. Why? Because it exposes something that they're lacking. They have slave morality, right? Because they're bending themselves over to everybody else, they expect for you to do the same. They expect for me to do the same. And when you don't do that, the slave moral, the person with slave morality, Nietzsche talked about this shit, will try to bring you down to make their lower level of quality of life feel better. And I want to shatter that paradigm. So I hope this was valuable for you. It's kind of a rant. I'm kind of high energy right now, man. I've been living. It's raining right now, but I feel like it's fucking sunny as shit. Maybe I gotta bring the sun here. See, that's elite level narcissism. I gotta bring the sun here. Fuck that. I know I'm a speck in this universe. I'm not completely delusional. But I'm gonna make myself the brightest speck in this fucking universe. The brightest star. That's my mental paradigm. Whether or not I do that, regardless, my mental model and your mental model needs to be, I am the greatest I am somebody that people want to be around. It's the same thing that I've talked about when it comes to the thinker and the prover in your brain. The left side of your brain is the thinker, the right side is the prover. The prover is more logical, the thinker is more creative, right? So the more that you have thoughts that you're the man, that people deserve, people need to earn their way into your energy field, into your life, and you live a life that other people would like to be a part of, and you go into the world, your mind will start, the prover part of your mind will start to find everything to confirm that view of yourself. And you will be the most magnetic fucking human being in any room, in any date, in any encounter with women, in any encounter with men that you ever have. So I hope that was valuable to you. All my links will be in the description. If you want to tap in with any of my courses, programs, my YouTube course is fucking going crazy for guys. Guys are seeing crazy results. If you haven't gotten that shit yet, I'm doubling the price, bro. Fuck that. I'm doubling the price. Because this shit was literally, it's almost $5,000 worth. Put that shit at $200. I'm doubling that shit to $400. By the end of this weekend, that shit's going up to $400. I don't give a fuck. There's too many good testimonials right now. Too many. I realize that shit. There's that. There's my charisma course that you can get as well. It gives you the baseline level of charisma. If you lack charisma, you lack communication, that shit will help you tremendously. My Identity OS program will help you shift your identity faster so that you can bring timelines closer to you faster. You can achieve bigger, better results faster by shifting your identity to the person who even deserves that shit. Again, another example of elite level narcissism. Right? Getting in the best shape of your life. I have my jacked protocol, which is going to be very helpful to guys who want to get in shape, which again is elite level narcissism. When you care about yourself so much that you hate looking like a sack of oatmeal or a pencil neck, that shit will help you a lot, right? And obviously my one-on-one. Now my one-on-one is not for everybody. My one-on-one are for the guys who have made some financial progress, who have made some progress in the gym, made good progress in the gym. They look good, but there's something lacking in their life. They're missing something. They're incongruent as fuck. They're not living their life by their own story. They don't understand who they truly are. They don't have the right identity installed inside of them. I will help you one-on-one for 90 days, co-pilot your life to literally become the man that can attract beautiful women, that can get respect from other men. I will help you. And that all starts internally, by the way. I'm not like all these other fucking pickup artists, these guys, masculine coaches. All of them are giving you tactics and fucking gimmicks. I'm giving you the internal transformation that you need to have all of this shit happen to you by default. Because I've lived that life and I still live that life. So I'm about to sign off. So I appreciate you guys and I'll catch you on the next video.